Hey, yo, what is up, my fallopian tubers? This is Cesario from the barrio coming back at you with another video for your butt. And this is gonna be a serious video for Mr. Fisherbike, who wants us to tell 3 stories about some cars that you have. And I don't know. At first, I was like, I don't have any stories, so I just picked the 3 I think that have a story. But you be the judge of that. So to start off, you have to start off with the card. I think that probably that sparked something inside you. Because me, I've had baseball cards all my life. Like say before I got this thing, I used to have a toy box. I mean, my dad, I remember, built us a huge toy box for me and my brother. I have a brother who's 1 year younger than me. And so we had this huge toy box, and I remember we always had baseball cards in there. Like, you know, after you take all the toys out on the bottom, there was always baseball cards. Like, my dad used to buy his baseball cards because we're a baseball family to begin with. So my roots are in baseball. My dad played, me and my mom played softball. I played in my mom's softball league. You know, since I was like 15, and you had to be 18. She got me a fake ID, but she kept it only so she could register me for the softball team. So, anyways, so I always had baseball cards my whole life, but the thing that sparked it, that got me into like actually, I guess, collecting, if you want to call it that. Where then, you know, I started to organize or had goals, I guess, you know, I learned about sets, was this thing right here. Okay. And it's not even a baseball card, so I don't know if that disqualifies me or not. But it's a 52 Mickey Mantle, like bronze, I guess, or copper card. Okay, and we used to buy packs off the ice cream truck. You know, we have an ice cream truck, and we used to buy baseball cards from the ice cream truck, me and my cousin. And so one day, my cousin bought the last pack, and I was like, hey, you know, and that was it. I couldn't get a baseball card, but the guy said, like, hey, I got this. And this, I remember, like, when I bought it, it was wrapped like in a cellophane cover, like a plastic cover. You know, it's just like a baseball card, but clear. You know, that just had to break open. And my cousin, my family were Dodger fans. So all I knew at that time, man, I'm trying to figure out what grade I was in. I think so. It was like around 84, I believe, when I bought this. And I had no idea who this guy was. No idea who this guy was at that time. But my cousin did. And he told me, he's like, wow, hey, man, he wanted this so bad. He wanted it so bad for me that I had to say no. And then I started learning about Mickey Mantle. You know, so this is back in like, I believe it was 84, 85. And I started learning about Mickey Mantle, man. And fell in love with the vato. You know what I mean? Fell in love with everything about him. So that's what sparked my interest. And my cousin then teaching me about sets, you know, that they come in sets, the numbers, what the numbers meant on the back. You know, as a kid, I was just buying them because I love baseball. And I love baseball cards. You know, I love the players, the images. You know, and like fucking this 52 Mickey Mantle. So this is what started my love for Mickey Mantle, man. And so let's move on to the next one. All right, so we're gonna do number 2. Probably the second card. It has a story behind it. Not so much a story behind buying it, but the card itself. The story behind the card, why I wanted it at the time. My height. I think of my collection, like when I really was just so into damn baseball, man. Just so into it. Stats and all that, and baseball cards. And was, you know, really high, like in 87, 88, 89, you know. So like 86, 87, man. Something that had never been done before was the 40-40, you know. And the person who was probably the closest at the time to doing that was Darryl Strawberry. And Darryl Strawberry was my favorite player. By defunct at the time, I might say. If something I gotta say is like Don Mantle used to be my favorite player to one time. I heard that he didn't know who Lou Gehrig was. Oh. And he moved to number 3. But that's a different story. And so anyways, so man, Darryl Strawberry like jumped up, you know, and he was my favorite player at the time. When I was in Little League, I copied his stance, the bat straight up on the Tower of Power was his nickname that I knew at the time was a Tower of Power. You know, and he held his bat straight up, he's straight up. My coaches hated that. They hated that, but hey, I mimicked Darryl Strawberry. And so I was chasing his Darryl Strawberry rookie, the 83 Tops update. And it was $30. It was $30. And that was something I could not afford. Never at one time did I ever go to a card show with $20 in my pocket back in those days, you know. And so it was like an impossible dream to get an 83 Tops, you know. And then it wasn't, you know, until 91, 92, you know, started learning to hustle. Yeah. Street hustle and came up with some money, went to a card show and I saw it. I fucking saw the 83 Darryl Strawberry rookie card. And it's been sitting here in this album. Right there. That's the card. That's the card right there. Oh, let me get it out of here. Look at that. The whole thing just comes off because it's old. Check it out. When I bought this card, it started this binder. All, you know. Look at that shit. 83. Love that card. Right there. That was my number 2 card right here. You know, 4 years after this one. That's my story behind that Darryl Strawberry. You know, it's not so much a love with the card, but it was a love with the player back then. So let me do my next card that has some kind of story. Alright, man, so we're going on to the third card. Man, I hope this video isn't boring and long. Gone over 5 minutes. But yeah, I guess each card story has a couple minutes to it, right? At least. But next, this card. It's special to me because it was a first. You know, I've had many since then, but you never forget your first. And what I'm talking about is a card that that is amazing, that is a badass card, totally unexpected. And not only totally unexpected, somebody had no idea who the hell they were at the time. Never heard of them at all. They had a YouTube channel. Never seen any of the videos. I had no idea who the person was. And I thought it was somebody else at the time, you know. And then I remember there's a video of it where in the disco thing. And when I opened, I was like, it's from Griffey Hoarder, 24. You know, in my head I'm thinking, who the hell is this guy? I never heard of him. That was the first time that I had gotten a care package from someone I've never commented on their videos, never liked their videos. I had no idea who he was. And the card surprised me, and it really gave me a surprise. Like, how the hell can anybody send somebody a card this valuable? Like, and like my main PC, you know what I mean? How can someone send me something like that? You know, they don't know who the hell I am. You know, so I mean, so if you guys know Griffey Horror 24, you've seen that video, you know what card I'm talking about. Look at this Corey Seager. You know, this is the first card that somebody sent me, totally unexpected. I had no idea. Like generosity, like a mother. Generosity, like a mother, right there. That's YouTube love. He just watches YouTube channels and he sent a badass card. So this card is special. And that's it for Fisherbike. Those are my 3 cards. Love the hobby. Keep collecting baseball cards forever, I say.